morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is your girl Mo. I am your foundation layer coach. I am greatness. My testimony changes the world. And we are back at it again with another morning blueprint. Another morning blueprint. Good morning, all of my lovely people. It is a blessing to be awakened this morning. That means I had an opportunity to see God's grace and mercy. I ask that this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We can only thank the Lord for continuously just allowing for us to experience His grace and His mercy on today. I thank Him so much. This morning we are just discussing, I know a lot of people won't be able to see me due to me heading to the yard. So if you come in, it's going to be dark. It's the morning blueprint, y'all. Morning blueprint. But this morning, which we are going to be doing a series every single morning for the morning blueprint and Evening Foundation Conversations, so people can start understanding what the rebuild is about. I just thank the Lord for allowing for me to be able to go, for Angels One to go before me, but then for God to send me before you, and for me to speak the words that are needed on today, that gives someone some encouragement for life in Scripture. But today's topic is who has access. Who has access? When we're talking about who has access, we want to speak on who are you allowing on your construction site. Who are you allowing to have access to your tools, to your abilities of how you are rebuilding? Are you letting people dictate how you go about your construction site? Do you have your signs up? Do people know that things are being reconstructed in your life? I just love talking about it this way because it's phenomenal to think about the fact that Nehemiah stated, I had not yet told anyone what God had placed in my heart. And I want you all to understand that when you are going through the rebuilding process, some people are going to want to know what is happening, what you're doing, how you're doing it, what's your plan. But I want you to protect that plan with everything that you have in you. Don't allow for people to ask you questions and you give answers because of them being familiar, and thinking that you can trust these people to tell them the plan that is yet to come. I want you to understand that you have to protect your plan and protect yourself, because when you're building internally, if you do not protect yourself externally, it will become an issue with you trying to rebuild yourself from traumatic circumstances, traumatic beliefs, traumatic relationships, and so forth. You have to start giving yourself a new firmness when it comes down to protecting what you are trying to build. There is nobody who is going to rebuild a house and not put protection things. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. But there is no way that you are going to continue to allow yourself to build and not protect what the asset is. I don't know what a strawberry elephant is. But nevertheless, I just want y'all to understand that you have to protect the asset. You have to protect the asset. There is no other way for you to go about rebuilding if you don't. Okay? I love that. So, okay, that's a distraction. But I love that at the end of the day, You have to make sure that you are protecting yourself from becoming a liability, and protect yourself from liabilities. Okay? Protect who you allow in your life. Protect who you allow into your new and your next level. You have to know when people can no longer have access, and you have to understand when people no longer should have access. So you can literally invite and uninvite. But you have some people who will come on that construction site who will make sure that they're helping the project and not hindering the project, and you will have people who will come to destroy what you're trying to build. Because people may come to you and say, hey, I know the God that you serve. I know what you're trying to do. I like this project. I want to assist you. And you'll later learn that these people just wanted to destroy the plan or the project at hand where you were trying to rebuild and restore yourself. But because there are so many people who would rather see you continuously stay in a stagnant place, there are going to be many that want you to grant them access so they can come and tear your project site up. And when I'm speaking in construction language, I'm speaking of the rebuild internally. I'm speaking of it internally that we're dealing with. Stop allowing people access when you are in the rebuild stage. When God is trying to take you to a next level. When He is trying to take you in places and in new heights that you've never been. Stop thinking that you are not worthy and that you're not enough for you to go through a full demolition process and to rebuild back better like never before. To get you a new firm foundation. To be able to walk inside of a room and people can see the glow, and they can see the way in which you've changed, and they can see that the changes are still happening. For people to think that they can still tear you down, and then they see that in your face you are going through a growth process because you don't even give reaction to negativity, because you're just that committed to the project at hand to become somebody new. You have to start trying to become somebody new. You got to break down. You got to do an audit. You got to make a new blueprint. Every time you make a blueprint, baby, that is you being able to make a new house for yourself. What do you want you to look like when you get ready to rebuild? What do you want the project to look like when it's all said and done and finished? Who are you going to look like? Write yourself out as a blueprint to say, these are the qualities I will now have. This is the character I will establish. This is the person that I will be. I am no longer going to allow for trauma and so many things that I have encountered to dictate who I am and how I go about life. I will no longer live in survival or bondage. I will now live out loud. I will now live for the grace and the mercy of God that He gives me every single day. I will now live for my assignment and my calling. I have more to life. I'm worthy of that. You have to speak life into yourself and do not speak death into yourself. Keep things to yourself. When you are rebuilding, stop letting everybody have access to your construction site. Stop allowing for people to have access. Because the more and more that you keep allowing for people to have access, you are going to keep rebuilding the same project over and over again, because you're going to have people that are going to continue to come in that are going to try to destroy you every chance that they get, because it doesn't matter to them. Good morning. It doesn't matter to them, to you. How you go about life has to matter. And when you're going through a reconstruction process, I am rebuilding right now. There are some people who won't be able to go with me in the places that I'm going. There will be people who won't be able to be a part of my life anymore. And that is a placement where you're going through a time of mourning and grievance. But you have to understand that these things have to go in order for you to rebuild back better, like you've never done before. Internally, you have to rebuild. Externally, you have to rebuild. Because people will try to tear you down externally, and when they try to tear you down externally, it's going to impact who you are internally. How? Because when people say things to you, when people do things to you, those words crawl up inside of you, and they start to feel like they are a part of you. There are so many people who have given up on themselves, given up on their dreams because of an external conversation or because of an external exchange, not knowing that these people should have never had access to what you were trying to build. They just should have never had access. Stop giving people access to you. Stop allowing for people to be able to come in, unlock your door, and tell you how you gonna run the show. Take your power back and walk in authority. That is what this is about. There are a lot of things that God has placed in me that I have not shared with others because it doesn't concern other people. It's concerning you if you're going to complete the task at hand that God has placed in your heart. Stop telling people before you actually go out there and conduct what needs to be done, because now people are saying what you can't do, but it's only because they don't believe that they can do it. They don't see the visual. They don't see the long road ahead. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But God has given that word to you, not to other people. What is going to be for them is going to be for them. What is for you is going to be for you. And you have to live that out. You have to live it out. So stop giving people access to you that don't deserve the access. Who don't deserve to be in your next level. Who don't deserve to be in the new world that you're getting ready to live in. Who don't deserve the new version of you. Everybody deserves kindness. But everybody deserves truth. Everybody deserves being told how you feel in a kind way without you having to hurt other people just to get your point across. Love on yourself and walk in authority. Don't let anybody dictate how you're going to walk into your next level, because sometimes it's not meant for people to understand where you're going. You just got to know that I'm getting up out of here. That it's time for me to go. It's my departure. That's what it's about. And don't let anybody tell you different. Cover yourself from allowing people who are liabilities to come into a place where you have built assets. The new version of you is an asset. The new version that you rebuild is an asset. The person that walks in authority is an asset. The one that loves on themselves, that's an asset. The one who knows where they're going, you're an asset. The one who is planned out, you're an asset. The one who's executing, you are an asset. And don't let people have access to that new version, to that next level. Because you'll see in the end that it's only going to be a hurt and a hindrance to you. Because everything that you have built internally is meant for people to come through externally, be let in, and then come and destroy everything that you have tried to build. It's time to let liabilities go. It's time to let liabilities that were never meant to even be on your construction site to leave. It's time to rebuild you like you've never rebuilt you before. It's time to rebuild you so good that you don't recognize who you are. But it's a good thing because you don't want other people to even recognize the new version. And it's not that you're acting like you're better than people, but I can't allow for you to have access to me, especially the new version that I built of myself. Don't let people come in to dictate how you go about your life, how you go about your newfound things that you have created. Don't let people do that. Do not give them access to what is sweet and precious and is of high value. You are of high value. Your next level and your calling and your assignment is of high value. Where you're headed is of high value. Okay? But I am getting ready to be at this yard. Again, I'm your Coach Mo, your foundation layer coach, Monique. I am greatness. My testimony changes the world. I will do another live when I get to my location on today, so that way everybody can see me this morning and we can just discuss one more topic that I would love to speak about. But all in all, I want you all to just continue to love on yourselves. And like I said, do not allow for liabilities to have access to you. Protect your asset. You are the asset. You are the person in question of high value, and people want to know your price. Don't lower your price for people to have a on sale access ticket to where you're headed. Okay? I love y'all so much. Make sure that y'all be blessed, love on each other, because God loves you.